Hello and welcome to another Warhammer the Old World Battle Report. This game's from round 2 of the square-based online tournament 2. I was playing against Bam Bam Bigelow's Wood Elves. He had 2 Treeman Ancients, both on Battle Magic level 4s, 3 units of 10 Glade Guard, all with Arcane Bodkins, 2 units of 5 Glade Riders with Arcane Bodkins, 3 units of Sisters of the Thorn, 1 unit of 5 Wild Riders, and then 2 Great Eagles. So lots of Arcane Bodkins, and then potential for 5 Pillars of Fire or whatever other spells he would like to choose. And I'm running my normal list with the Prince, a Noble on Griffin, Archmage, some Silver Helms, some Skycutters, and some Sisters of Avalorn. I did. I don't. So this is obviously after turn 1. I won the roll off to go first. I did take some screenshots too, but OBS Studio isn't letting me show screenshots. So we're just going to have to stick with the Warhol Battle Report, and I'll try and figure that out. Basically, though, everything was a little bit further back during deployment. My Noble was hiding behind the building because he is a bit vulnerable to all that shooting if it comes his way. Skycutters were behind units, so they were out of line of sight. And Silver Helms were back a bit. I did win the roll to go first. And then, yes, my opponent, sort of a mixture of Sisters of the Thorn, his Glade Guard, and his 2 Treemen were in the back here. So, yeah, I won the roll to go first. My Silver Helms pushed up. Skycutter pushed up. I think my archer units had to move up a bit to get into range because he deployed, he can shoot 2 inches further than me. I also pushed my Sister of Avalorn up, I think, to get into 24 inches with the fireball of these Sisters of the Thorn and the Wild Riders. So shooting, I killed 2 Wild Riders and 2 Sisters of the Thorn, which was a mistake. I should have just focused all my fire on one thing, probably on the Sisters of the Thorn, because the Wild Riders have Frenzy and they can charge my dragon. I'm not too worried about that. What else? Yeah, so he got Pillar of Fire, I think, on everyone, but chose Plague of Rust with this unit of Sisters of the Thorn. And then, yeah, a mix of other good spells on his 2 Treeman Ancients. So that's right. There was another, oh no, that's okay. Yep. Yeah, so my turn 1, move forward. Yep, shot there. That's funny, that was deployment. So his turn then, because of casualties, the frenzied Wild Riders could declare a charge on the Noble on BSB, so they did, and they did a wound. I killed 2 of them, and they ended up giving ground. He put out a couple Pillars of Fire, mostly to make my charges hard coming into things. Put out a tree, move these riders up, sort of slow me down, move these riders back to get out of my charge range. Yeah, did a couple wounds with shooting on the Lothern Skycutters, which I think are good targets. Like they'll mess up a unit of his archers, but they're only 4 wounds if he does happen to roll high and take them down. So into my turn 2, and basically, what happened? I think the Griffin charged the last Wild Rider, killed him, and then made a long overrun into the Sisters. The dragon, I think actually the dragon had declared a charge on the Sisters and then failed, didn't roll high enough, so he just flopped over here. And then my shooting took down the Great Eagle. The Skycutter went into this unit of Glade Guard and killed 5 of them, forced them to fall back. I moved up my archers. This chariot went into, I think, a unit of Glade Guard, maybe? Yeah, unit of Glade Guard, forced them to fall back. My Silver Helms, I think they, yeah, they charged the Glade Riders that were here, killed them. So, yeah, good turn other than the dragon failing, but it's not the end of the world. And I pushed up to be in dispel range of his, basically, of his two Treemans, because his two sisters are now tied up in combat, so they can't cast their spells. So that was very, yeah, two like lucky overruns to get into those sisters units, and maybe a bit of mispositioning on my opponent's part. His turn 2, the Treeman charges the flank, I think, of the dragon. I think we did no wounds to each other, but because I had a flank, I ended up giving, I think I rolled high and I fell back in good order. The rallied archers do another wound to the Skycutter. The Griffin reduces the sisters down to 1. Kill a couple sisters here. He charges the Silverhelms with his eagle, does 2 wounds, and then I get lucky and actually manage to kill the Great Eagle. So that's lucky there, and kill a couple sisters and force them to give ground. I think his Treeman here charged the Silverhelms, and I elected to flee. And then after I fled, he put a bunch of shots from this Glade Guard unit and then fireballs from the Treeman. Is that what happened? Maybe it was just shots from the Arcane Bodkins. Because they are, yeah, the 3-up save. He's winning me on 4s, and then my 3-up save is going to a 5-up save. So, yeah, I killed a few of them. Just double check. Yeah, that makes sense. So into my turn 3. This Dragon Treeman fight, I think we tied. I think we both did 2 wounds. The Chariot left 1 Glade Guard alive after surviving the stand and shoot. I think he was too close to stand and shoot. The Griffin Nobles killed the last Sister of the Thorn and pivoted. So the Chariot went into the Glade Riders and killed them, and the Silverhelms came across into the Sisters of the Thorn and the Flank and failed to do a wound. He has a banner and I don't, so it was a drawn combat. I think we both had musicians. And then these Silverhelms just ran to preserve points, because that is my war banner unit. And then my shooting went into this unit of Glade Guard and whittled them down to 3. His turn, he moves his Treeman up. Strangle Roots maybe and Fireballs take off the last of the Silverhelms. Yeah, I think this combat's drawn again. I finally killed the last Glade Guard. I think I win the combat now. I do a wound to the Treeman, push him back. So then my turn 4, the Griffin Noble and the Dragon combo charge the Treeman Ancient, managed to kill it. The Pillar of Fire kills the Chariot, and the sisters beat the Silverhelms, who have to give ground or fall back in good order maybe. I started backing away from the Treeman Ancient with my shooting units, and my 1 wound Skycutter decides just to hide behind the woods, because, yeah, I mean, fireballs are a little bit of shooting. He's quite vulnerable to that. So my opponent's turn, he doesn't have much to do. He turns his Treeman around to face my combat units, and then this fight continues to be drawn. Then turn 5, the Griffin Noble kill Maybe he failed a charge over here. I'm not sure. Maybe I was just positioning him. The dragon went in. I think did one wound, forced the tree man to give ground. I did some more shooting. This fight continued to. Now it was just, I think, just my champion versus his champion, maybe, or my champion versus standard. His turn 5, again, nothing might happen. The dragon and the tree man are just locked into combat together. Then my turn 6, the griffin came in to flank charge to help out the dragon, and we managed to kill him. And then these, the sister and the silver helm, I think they both failed to wound, and then their horses, which went simultaneously, managed to kill each other. So that was pretty funny. And then his last 2 Glade Guard just ran away, and that ended up being the end of the game. So yeah, he killed off all my silver helms, Skycutter, but ended up being a big win for the High Elves. I think it's a bit of a bad matchup for him without the dragon. That was sort of his thoughts at the end of the game, that he was trying to do something other than the dragon, but it's probably necessary for it's one way to make the Wood Elves, to have that scary combat threat, so I don't just rush him with all my fast units. And this is a very fast army that I'm playing, so a bit of a bad matchup for him that I can rush him, and he doesn't have the table width to dodge around me. He could have maybe deployed further back, but I don't even think I really went my full charge distance anyways the first turn. Like, the Skycutters, if I want to fully march, can go right 20 inches, so can the dragon, so I can still really put the pressure on him. I did have an I think I arcane urgency the sisters forward a couple times around. But yeah, it was a good game, great opponent, and I'll be playing round 3. I'm not sure what the matchup's going to be yet, but hopefully see you for that one. Thanks for watching. Bye.